paper craft is not my specialty, but I wanted to make a felt plushie in a matchbox and I didn't have any matchboxes in hand. So I made one for myself and I thought it'll be useful to share this with you as well. Let's start with the materials and tools. You can use any board like this cardstock, or you can even use a heavy paper with a bit of thickness. I mean, use any board or thick paper you have in hand and it really doesn't matter. Then you'll need some kind of glue, a pen or pencil, a pair of scissors and a ruler. Now let's start making the box, and I'm going to use one from the thicker paper stock because I like the colors they come in. As you can understand, a matchbox has two parts, one box-like part and one that covers it. Now let's start with making the box part first. First, decide what are the measurements you want for the bottom of the box. It depends on the size of the stuff you are planning to keep inside, and I'm going to go with 2.5 inches for the length and 2 inches for the width. Now our first step is going to be drawing a rectangle measuring 2.5 by 2 inches. Simple things like length and width may be confusing to some of you, and this piece of information may help you to clear things. In a 2D object, length means the side with the highest number, which is 2.5 inches in this scenario, while the width means the side with the lowest number, which is 2 inches in this rectangle. When you are drawing the rectangle, also make sure you are leaving a considerable space all around the rectangle, because we need to add more to this going forward. What I simply mean is, don't draw the rectangle at the very corner of the paper or board. After you draw the bottom of the box, next decide how high you want the matchbox to be to turn this 2D rectangular shape into a 3D box, and I want mine to be half an inch in height. Keeping that in mind, extend the two shorter sides, which is the width of this rectangle, in half an inch at all 4 points. Use a ruler to make it into a one continuous line. Next step is to extend the two longer sides, which is the length of the rectangle, at all 4 points like we did earlier. But here you need to extend it twice as the height of the box, which is 1 inch in this scenario. Half an inch is the value we decided as the height of the box, so twice that equals 1 inch. After extending all 4 sides of the original rectangle, draw a second rectangle using those extended points as a guide. You only have to draw straight lines at all 4 sides using the 2 points on each side, and those lines are going to be parallel with the sides of the original rectangle. You will then eventually get a larger second rectangle. Next, cut along the outline of the larger rectangle and just ignore the lines on the inside for now. This will be the template for the box part of the matchbox, and now carefully fold along each and every vertical and horizontal lines on the template. Do it one at a time, and we only need to keep those creases going forward. After pressing and folding along the lines, now it's time to make 4 cuts where we extended the sides as twice as the height of the box, which is 1 inch extended areas. As you can remember, we extended the length up to 1 inch at all the corners, and now we are going to make cuts only along that 1 inch extended areas. After making all 4 cuts, now we have 3 separated parts on each end of the template. We are almost done, and just make sure all the lines are properly folded and creased before assembling the box. As you can understand, to make this into a box shape, you need to keep the extended areas upright and towards the inside of the box like this, covering the original rectangle at the middle. Now to keep those 2 small parts as it is, first keep the bigger piece upright first, and then fold the remaining area towards the inside of the box, covering the previous 2. Do the same for the other end of the template as well. Now to keep the things as it is, use a bit of glue on both ends. Actually, I'm running out of glue, so that's why I'm using this small bamboo stick to get the last bit of glue in the bottle. As you now know the principles of how to make a small box, I'm sure you can easily customize and make any box for your preferred size. Let's leave this box part aside for a moment so the glue can dry. Next step is to make the covering part for the matchbox, and we need to make a template for that as well. You already know the length and the width of the bottom of the box are 2.5 and 2 inches. But as you can see, when turning this into a box, the overall width has slightly changed because it naturally gets a little puffy in the middle. We need to keep that into an account when drawing the template for the cover. When it comes to the length of the box, it remains the same as the 2.5 inches, and if you think that's also slightly changed, you need to take that into account as well. As for myself, I'm taking the same 2.5 inch measurement for drawing the template for the cover. For the template of the cover, there won't be any additional parts like the first one. So I'm taking 2 sides of the paper as 2 sides of the template since it'll be much easier. First mark 2.5 inches from one end and then draw a longer straight line from that point and parallel to the side opposite to it. Basically, this time we are drawing another rectangle which has a width of 2.5 inches. Next, let me show you how to measure the length we need for this rectangle. From one of the ends, mark half an inch, which is the height of the box. From that marked point onward, mark the width of the box, which is 2 inches plus a small room for comfortably inserting the box. If you observe clearly, when going from 1 inch to the next inch, there are 16 small lines on a ruler, and I'm going to mark 2 inches plus one of those smallest gaps. Mathematically, that's 1 over 16 inches. I mentioned to you earlier the width of the box has slightly changed and we need to do some adjustment for that, and this is how we do that. Next, mark half an inch again, the height of the box from the previously marked point. After that, mark one more measurement of 2 inches plus 1 over 16 inches to cover the other side of the box. Finally, mark another half an inch space to use for connecting the two sides of the cover. Next, connect those points to the side directly opposite to it. Make sure to draw straight perpendicular lines to that side. This will be the template for the cover of the matchbox, and you can carefully cut around the outline of the template. Next, fold and press along the 4 drawn lines of the template. After that, you can simply fold it into a cover for the matchbox like this and use a bit of glue to keep things in place. Both pieces for the matchbox are ready at this point, and you can write something on the cover of the matchbox if you like. You can even draw something or use stickers to make things more interesting. Now let's try it out. Since we left a slight space on the cover for the width of the box, now it works perfectly. Not too loose and not too tight. Next time when you can't find a matchbox or you don't have one, just make one for yourself. I hope this video is useful to you, and thank you all for watching. Bye for now, and I'll join you in the next one.